So, anything you want to touch on in California in general in regards to insurance that maybe we should be aware of?
Yeah, so California, it's an interesting market, man. From the earthquake to the wildfires, it's become very unpredictable. And what is something that's happened? So Gila Insurance is licensed in now about 25 states. But one of the things that happened as we saw the market harden is a lot of insurance companies basically said, you know, we don't want out-of-state brokers to insure in our state.
Hmm.
Or let me rephrase that. If you're in Arizona, what do you know about the California market, right? Like, so we're gonna reserve our ability to insure for California agents. Like that came from the insurance companies. And so, to be honest, they locked that down probably 3 years ago to where our ability to write in California is no longer, even though I'm licensed there, I've got clients there. And so because of that, it's like, okay, cool. Uh, that California market the good news is that it's different. Now, one of the things that the California market has that we don't have, that I'll be interested to see what happens, is they have the California Fair Plan. And so, because of the wildfire risk, a lot of carriers were like, look, we can't sustain these losses. We can't afford the reinsurance that it's going to take to be able to cover wildfire. And so, what we saw two policies being issued, kind of a standard policy that included the liability and would insure things other than fire. And then on the other side, what we would see is wildfire type stuff, fire, lightning, explosion. And so you would go and you would buy that from the FAIR plan. What happened though is I think that the FAIR plan ended up with way, way more homes being put into it as the insurance company said, we can't do this. We can't profitably make money and with these wildfire losses that we're seeing. Obviously, that's some speculation. It's more complicated than that, but ultimately, we don't have that in Arizona, right? So, but what is interesting is that let me see if I can see a date on it. December 11th, so about a month ago, the Arizona Department of Insurance came out and they are establishing a council. They call it the Arizona Department of Insurance and Financial Institution establishes Resilience and Mitigation Council with a focus on homeowners insurance. And so it's a public-private partnership with a lot of government entities, insurance companies, and fire departments that are getting together to try to find some of the solutions for these problems that we have in Arizona because we've seen the rates come up so much, because it's becoming difficult to write business in different areas. And you'd be surprised, we talk about northern Arizona, but there are pockets in and around Maricopa County that become very difficult as well. Pima County as well. If you're not in the city proper, it might be very difficult to find coverage for sure. So that was announced a month ago. I don't know what will come out of that council, but there are at least conversations at a high level as to how are we going to go about dealing with some of these areas.